let's get to the subject of the new establishment of the record with the Jules Verne Trophy on BP5. How would you put in some sort of an order of importance the difference between the weather, the boat, the team, chemistry, and what would you say was the secret to the success with setting this world record?
As you say, that you need everything. You don't know exactly at the beginning, or even today, we don't know what was and what is the most important. For sure, you need a boat with some potential, and definitely BP5 is really impressive and answer exactly to all the questions and all the needs the team defined many years ago. I guess maybe the best, the first thing you need is time. And again, that's the proof. This Jules Verne, this last record was beaten something like 5 or 6 years after the first drawing, I should say. And time is something you can't buy, but you need time. You need time to share with people, you need time to do a team. And I was not, as you say, as you know, I was not at the beginning of the story, I was just at the end of the story. And Pascal Bidégory did a tremendous job by doing quite a lot of things and leading this team just before I arrived and I replaced it. And so after that, for sure, you need everything. You need luck, you need good sails, good winches for sure, you need a good boat, and especially good people on board, and even not on board. You need a team, as a team. And the team is not only the visible part of the iceberg. That's not only the 14 guys on board. That's a big story like that. And sometimes luck is missing, which was the case a year and a half ago when they broke the tugboat. They were not far to do maybe better than we've done. And that's it. So it's not easy. If you want to reproduce, if we wanted to do again the Jules Verne, in the next winter, I'm not sure we can, because even with the same boat, maybe with the same crew, because you need a lot of things you can't control. That's why this record hunting story are so bizarre to live and so hard to support during a long time, because you know that even you are doing quite well in every areas. You've done perfectly by the choice of the team or the boat or whatever. After that, the end and the result depends on something you can't control. That's why, as you know, on any kind of races, but especially on offshore like that, even the day before, even 2 hours before the arrival, I was not sure to beat this record, because any kind of piece of wood just in front of you, and that's the end of the game.
Sure.
So that's a big lesson of humility all the time.
I'd like to understand a little bit more about how you would compare something as simple and light as an A-class catamaran to a monster like BP5, and how the systems allow you to control the boat.
In fact, the A-class is a lot more hard to handle, and especially to steer at the best level, at a high level, than the big try. The big try, you need some skills for sure, because it's quite dangerous to capsize. But the main goal on a big boat, especially on BP5, is to make understand to everybody, to all the team, especially the helmsmen, that the best way to break a record is to finish it. And the big problem with a big boat is that on a big boat you have big problems if you do any kind of mistakes. So that's the main motto on board. And the motto was, I was pushing on this sentence that was fast but not furious. And it's not easy, because that's like you are very quickly addicted to this marvelous machine when you are steering, especially. And the problem when you are handling or steering is that's exactly like on a car. On a car, the driver is pretty confident in his way of driving, no problem. He knows what is the road, he's looking at what's going to happen, and he knows what's going to happen for sure, because his vision is really focused on what's going to happen, which is not the case of the passengers. The passengers are just like packs, which are seats on the dead place, just on the right, and the two burns one on the back. And that's the same on a big boat like that. You have a helmsman, especially on a multi-hull. The helmsman is very, very important. On any kind of other monohull racing, you have some trimmers, and you need the trimmers for sure to play with the helmsman. On the BP5, each time you want to trim, you may for sure, but it's not so efficient, it's not so fast. And especially if you don't want to capsize, a big part of the responsibility of the non-capsize and even the way of sailing as light as possible is the helmsman. Because each time you want to ease, even your winches are quite good, sometimes they are too good and the ropes are not good enough for the friction, to, especially for the 40 days, you are asking a lot of load on the core, I mean on the skin of the ropes. So we can't do that. We can't play with the classic way of trimming, like on any kind of small boats, I should say. So again, after that, that means you need to put and you need to trust in the skills of your guys, which was the case for sure. Why was it the case? Because a big part of them were involved at the beginning of the story. Even in the Banque Populaire team, you don't have an addition of world champion of everything, but that's the world champion team for sure of record, because they grew together by creating this boat, trimming it, a lot of tests, a lot of transatlantic before, a lot of previous record, and that's it. That's why we were the dream team for sure.